What's going on, guys? As you probably noticed right off the bat, I know everyone's ultra good at math around here, that there's only two of us. Buff is prepping and getting ready to go on stage for his bodybuilding competition. They don't call him Buffnerd for nothing. You guys jacked. So we wish him the best of luck while he's getting that going. So he's out of commission. He'll be back with us next week. And we're here. Me and BlueTheRobot. What's up, man?
What's going on, everyone? What's up, dude?
Nothing. Just, I guess, gonna try to see if we can keep this running. So, as you guys notice, much to literally no one's surprise, the show went live a little bit late because my camera was doing that stuff where it just shuts off. And so I restarted my whole PC thinking whatever's going on, that'll fix it, because most of the time it works just fine. And before we went live, it started shutting off again. So
you didn't hit your PC hard enough. That's what it was too.
I'm about to throw this thing out the window into the yard and just go deer hunting. It's kind of what I want to do. Making me mad. It's that time of year to be out in the woods, dude. I'll tell you that. The deer getting fired up. It's that time of the year. What have you been up to?
A lot of home stuff, actually. Wife has been on a decorative run through of the house, kind of. So we got like we finally mounted the TV on the wall last night. It's freaking 65-inch TV with the mount and everything. So it was quite fun. She wants to go bigger. She wants to go like 70-inch on the wall, which is like insanely massive.
It's time to you just get a projector.
Dude, yeah, seriously.
Those are kind of cool.
But they'd be cool if they had better quality. I just feel like they're just not there yet. But
I thought they were getting there.
They're getting there, but they're not going to be like as good as a TV, and there's no way it can be. So
right,
maybe one day. But we'll just wear Apple Vision Pros, or just freaking augmented reality TV screen right in front of our face,
Everybody will be sitting in the living room together, plugged into their own matrix.
Dude, movies have already said that. They've shown that before, so
it's gonna be great.
I wouldn't be surprised. I'm surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a family out there right now sitting at the dining room table, and they all have just headsets on, Quest, Apple Vision. Honey, can you pass me the salt? He's trying to reach for it, but yeah. It's there's that. We got another little Roomba robot thing for the house, just to do a little task. And then what was it? The Ren Fair coming up this weekend. I'm excited. It's been raining a lot here though, so I hope it doesn't rain that weekend. That would suck. Which now apparently I didn't even know about this. We got another hurricane coming towards us, which is great as per usual. It's fine. I mean, it looks like like you said, it'll miss, but
we had
a lot tornadoes more this weekend though. So
we had tornadoes in Kansas today.
Yeah,
today, just east of us, and they had them in Oklahoma yesterday. It's not tornado season, guys. It's not supposed to be happening. Dang it.
Yeah, it's supposed to be the end of hurricane season, and looks like we're getting another one. So, cool. Crazy weather, awesome.
Climate change, baby.
More climate change. I've been doing more like in real life stuff, just organizing the office, making sure I got the pressure washer coming finally, so I gotta like do home stuff, clean the outside of the house and the car and stuff, all that good stuff. And then it's like very boring to some people, but it's very like relaxing to me. I get it now. I get when people just want to just spend time out in the garage cleaning the garage, so some people at the task, and to me I'm just like I'll clean the garage, I'll sit out there, I'll sweep.
I could get that. I have a hard time identifying with the dads that do the lawn, like that are anal about the lawn and like yard work stuff.
I'm not one to like go down with a ruler on my grass and try to make sure it's perfectly 2 inches.
People get fired up about their lawns in the city, man. I don't get it. I've always lived in the country, like except for a couple years where I had to live in the city when I graduated college. But growing up and then now, and it's like my yard is like kind of grassy, but also kind of weeds. But if it's green, you just mow it short and it looks fine, like kind of thing.
That's fine. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
exactly.
good.
Yeah, you
So
don't
that's
need
why.
like the grass lines in it and stuff like that, and to make sure it's
No.
as soft as a golf field,
Yeah, I
So
think I
or
think the
golf
weird
course.
weather, that's Bill Gates. Bill Gates controls the weather. I think everybody knows that that's true. He's on
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Don't
He-
you guys know about the blue? That's why we painted our roof blue, so you don't get hit by the space laser from above. That's very tinfoil hat right there for sure. I'm sure
that's good
people like
stuff.
they'd be like, "Whoa, he knows, he believes." Like, nah,
He
fuck you.
knows.
Uh,
He knows birds aren't real. I do know that.
Birds aren't
That's a good one.
real. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, there is that Chinese friggin' bird drone that they showcased. They just throw it and it starts flapping its wings, and it's like that's a
Oh yeah.
drone.
Oh yeah.
Um, but yeah, no, just we got election days tomorrow as well. So
Yeah.
I went out and voted 2 days ago about
I'm
yeah.
I'm
So
dumb, dude. I'm going the day of.
oh Lord. Well, you know what? It might be different for you. I know like major cities, I would never go the day of. That's just asking for traffic and long lines and crazy people standing out there. So but I voted 2 days ago. It was very simple. It took me like 10, 15 minutes to just go in there, show my ID, go in, vote on a paper ballot, and then just put it in the machine. That was it. Nothing. It took me like 10, 15 minutes. I was in and out.
I
So
gotta
real
go.
simple where I'm at. Of
Yeah.
course, smaller town, but
I gotta go tomorrow. I'm pretty out in the sticks too. So our polling location is like a little Baptist church, and you go in there and they got a little room and you vote in there. And I was gonna do advanced, but the early in-person voting here, I would have had to drive to the city, so I would have had to go a lot farther. So our polling place that's
that
local is
makes
only
sense.
open the day of. It was still in my county, but it was like a half-hour drive to go vote. I'm just hoping that I can catch it tomorrow and the lines won't be long. Then go hit the gym, get a little voting in.
Hmm.
I'm really gonna try to get
Get
up
that
early in the
sticker.
morning before everybody wakes up and go deer hunting. It's like it's the time to be in the woods, man. They're starting to move around.
Do it, man.
I always say it, and then my alarm goes off at 5 a.m. I'm like, it's not as good as idea as it sounded last night. It's not as good idea.
I kind of want to go back to sleep.
Yeah, but I think
I
maybe
mean, yeah.
I'll just stream on Twitch and just stay up until I go. Just stay
That's how
up.
I feel. I've been going like when I go to the gym, I usually try to like I wake up at 4:30 to just have the gym to myself, and I'll be there at like wake up at 4:30, get there around like 5, work out to like 6:30, like an hour and a half almost. Um, and then it's by the time I'm like finishing my set on like I always any day it's if it's arm day or leg day, chest day, back day, whatever it is, I finish off with walking at least a mile on the treadmill. And so by the time I'm walking on the treadmill, everyone's just coming in to get on the stuff. So I am working towards an in-home gym. I'm so tired of doing that. I'd rather just build my own um little gym inside my garage with like the folding bench and stuff like that and the pull-up bar and stuff like that. So I'll get there. I'll get there. But right now we're kind of focused on like each room of the house. So right now it's the living room, and then it'll be upstairs. My wife wants to build like a little nook area. That's where she wants me to build her PC.
Yeah,
She wants a little. She wants to get into the gaming sphere, which would be
5090.
sick, dude. Do 5090s? Do they have their own like dedicated power, or is that a meme? I
I
I
don't
saw like a
know.
little
I
meme
hope
going
it's a meme.
around.
I saw it like the back IO plate had a place to put a 3-prong cord into it. It's got
Yeah.
its own power supply. It's gonna happen eventually, I bet. I really think so.
It, yeah, maybe. I hope not. But yeah, no, we just been kind of doing that. I want to make like a little like space for the son to like have his little like play area and stuff like that while the wife's working and stuff like that. And uh yeah, no, it's super chill. It's super chill. But like I said, it's going room by room. We got a couple years here. We'll see how long one the country survives, and then two what the housing market's like in the next couple years. So you know
Yeah, it's gonna be
just
interesting to see
just
how tomorrow
just
goes. Tomorrow's gonna be a wild
yeah,
day.
we're just gonna we just like we don't want to make any plans until we know things are solid, because we start making plans now, who knows what will happen in the next two
They're,
three years. So
they're not gonna know who wins for a few days, I bet.
which is dumb.
I don't
I
get it.
think you should just, hey, once polls are over, you count them. That's it, right? It should be that simple, but it's not. There's going to be
Yeah,
all kinds of shenanigans and
it's gonna be
people
a drawn
suing
out.
each other afterwards.
Yeah, it's gonna
Yeah.
be a drawn out disaster.
No, we won't know. It'll be like last year or last election where it's like, all right, we're shutting down, and then all of a sudden things happen middle of the night that we can't explain. But
What
uh,
you talking about the old 3 a.m. bump there in Michigan, eh?
yeah, it's a little. Hey, we're no longer voting anymore. Wait a minute.
Man,
Yeah,
it's
I
good
saw,
stuff.
what was it, like in Pennsylvania or something like that? Like this lady went to go vote, or like her polling place closed at 4 p.m. And it might have been like 3:58 or 3:59, so, super right before it closed. But like, if you make it there at 3:59 and 59 seconds legally, they're supposed to let you vote.
I think if you're in
But
line, right,
yeah, if
at the
you're
time,
standing in line, but I guess the officer there and the polling workers were like, "Oh no, we're shutting it down at like 1:52
they're
because
like,
it's a
we're going
long
home.
and
We get paid by the
yeah,
hour.
it's a long and arduous process and it's very grueling." It's like, and you volunteered for this. This is
What do
your
you mean
job.
it's grueling? You watch people vote. That's grueling. Like
Oh
there's
my
people
god,
that are
yeah, you
building
might open
highways
a
and building
door for some
houses, and
people. Oh Lord, how hard that is. You're
it's
building getting
grueling to
calluses on
stand
your
here.
hand.
Yeah, it's wild.
So
I
stupid.
just I just don't know what to believe anymore. Like either way, I'm gonna be like a little bit relieved when it's over because like if you go on Twitter, like you don't know what's real. You just don't. You'll like people are saying the polls say this, and somebody will say they say completely different, and some people will post stuff like this person said this and got turned away, and then the community notes pop in, and you just don't know what's real. And it's just a
Yeah,
drama
yeah.
fest,
So
man. I'm over it.
that's why it's just, look, I did my part. I did my civic duty, and I'm gonna go and do things normally the next day, as I'm sure everyone else will. Everyone's gonna get up November 6th, 9 a.m., go to work like nothing happened.
Well, the sane
So
people will.
true, true. Yeah, the
the
same
normal
people.
the normal
Yeah.
people will. But
So it's whatever. But we're here talking about video games.
yeah, it's gonna be. If you guys didn't notice, you probably picked up on it. It's a little bit of a light week in FPS news, so we're kind of BSing around. Podcasts
Shooting the
do
shit.
this sometimes. We just shoot the shit sometimes. So there's a little bit of a Black Ops 6 update. Delta Force has been pumping out the news. I will say, I think next week is going to be pretty good for Delta Force because they're going to be showcasing the extraction mode stuff. So they did a poll and they showed like this week's going to be the warfare stuff, like the battlefield mode. The next week is going to be the tactical turmoil stuff or whatever. And then they're going to do weapons and stuff like that. So there's like a lot of news that's going to be from Delta Force from now up until the launch. So that's going to be pretty cool to talk about. And then Stalker's right around the corner. We'll probably chat about that. And then kind of anything else that pops up. But yeah, there's a lot more maps than I thought because they're talking about maps like quite a bit. But
Yeah.
I do have one more story if anyone cares about bow hunting. Man, I was up in the tree last week, Thursday night. I was up in the tree. Hold on, the stupid camera. That's a nice pause face, dude.
Someone screenshot that quick.
No, dude. I'm gonna lose
He's
my
gonna delete. He's
mind,
gonna
man.
delete. He's gonna delete the video now just because of
I restarted my
that.
whole PC and it's still doing it, man.
It's all right.
Gosh, dang
Just
it, man.
production team
And
will just not get their pay.
the little place that I get to go, like the little small field that I have left that I can afford to hunt on. I usually
Mhm.
just have does, like there's not anything crazy, but I have pictures of like 3 different big deer on there, like big bucks. So I'm excited and I was out there. It's starting to be rut when they're going to start moving around for like mating season and they make mistakes. They move during the day and stuff and you can catch them.
Yeah.
And I was sitting there, man, and I had a doe walk like right up to my tree stand and I heard something coming down the hedgerow from the other way. I couldn't see it, but I heard something. Like I heard the footsteps. And so I let the doe go, and she went behind me and got my wind. So she smelled me, and then because you got to
Mm,
watch, you got to pay attention to which way your wind's blowing.
yeah.
And she got the wind and busted out of there. And what was coming down the trees that was going to be at like 15 yards was one of those giant bucks. But she got scared. It scared him, and
Ah,
I didn't. I got to watch him run off. I got to see this giant deer like run away, and I'm just like,
dude, did you see what kind of buck it was?
yeah, it was a really big 8 point.
Ah, damn.
Yeah, it was a really big 8 point. It's very sad. But yeah, I see chat talking about Gray Zone, man.
Thanks,
I'm with you
Chewy.
guys. I'm with you
Chewy,
guys. It's
yes.
do what?
Chewy got your face.
Of
Yeah.
course he did. I hate it here, dude. I'm so mad. I'm thinking about canceling the episode right now if my camera's gonna do this the whole time.
Dude, that'll just be making an emote on Twitch.
Great, good. That's what we need. I'm I'm about to cancel. I'm about to shut it down. Shut it down. About to shut it down. Yeah, where are you? I'm just with Gray Zone, man. I think I agree with a lot of the folks in my Discord that like the AI has to be fixed. Like it's got to be a lot better is one of the big deciding
Yeah.
factors. I think if it'll be successful or not.
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of the same way with since the beginning, like everyone was saying that, all the creators and playtesters were saying that beforehand. So, I mean, it's not like we haven't been calling it for a while, but they're pushing this night update. I know I just got invited to the playtest as well too. I guess we don't have an actual date yet though, which is still kind of dumb even for like the creators, like to not get a date specifically. It's like, hey, sometime somewhere around this time, all right, cool. So I'm like, look, and this is my opinion, like if the AI are still the way they were beforehand, I'm just gonna uninstall and wait again. Like I'm just gonna have to wait again because like cool, you added night mode and different weapons and lasers and IR and NVGs and all that stuff, but like what's the point if AI is still one tapping you from across the map and they're taking shots directly to the head and whatnot. So it's I
Yeah,
know I'm not the only one that feels like that, but it's like it's dumb that I got my reasons, but it's whatever.
I'm a little worried about the update as well, just to the fact that like I don't know if I'm gonna like be able to play it a bunch. If it's the quests are gonna be a little bit different, they said. But like if the
Hmm.
quests are still the same and there's not too much added to the map, I'm just gonna be kind of like, I've done this. And I know there's a lot of people who've played through the quests a couple times. And my worry, and it's not really a worry, it's almost like a prediction. Like I still think if they can get the game across the finish line to their vision, is going to be awesome. I just worry
Yeah.
that like it's going to be several more updates, and when you talk a couple updates with a 6 month cycle, that's a year. Like if you're like, I'm excited to play this in a couple updates, it's like, dude, that's a year. Like so, if the
Yeah.
I think it's
Yeah.
gonna come out and people are gonna be excited and enjoy the nighttime stuff for a few weeks, and then I think the player numbers are gonna get down pretty low
They're
again.
gonna drop again. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. I don't and it's because we've seen this happen with many other games again and again prior to this. So we have other games to base examples of off of, and just because it's Unreal Engine 5 and it's open world extraction game, it doesn't make it any different to the crowd reaction and audience reaction. Like it's gonna get people that are hyped up. And then people are gonna realize it's the same stuff. And I hope I'm wrong. I'm hope that somehow there's enough for a casual audience, a hardcore audience to kind of get hooked again and realize, oh, okay, I could put a few more hours into this and actually space it out and give myself some time to play this game. But you know, as much as we're all like super hyped for it to come back, I mean, we the 1.0 isn't gonna be done till what, late 2027 or something like that, or early X, right? Something like that.
yeah,
So
2027
the
probably.
end of early access. So that's we got some time until then. We still got 2025, 2026. So, and that's if these guys make their uh points, make their marks as well too, if they get it on time, which so far we don't have a date for the night zone, the night ops. So, you know,
Yeah. I think they will. I think they're being really conservative with their timeline so they don't miss it. It feels like.
I hope so. That has to be the case, yeah. Because you start putting out dates and missing it, then yeah, then you start getting a more angry, an angrier crowd, I would say.
Yeah. I get why they did it. It's just kind of sucks that the industry is where it is, where that's what a studio has to do if they want to do an indie game at that scale.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
without a publisher, right? Like, so it's different if you have a publisher putting up all the money, but like they're self-funding that stuff, so they kind of have to do something like that. Um, and I get it,
exactly.
and I'm still rooting for them. I'm just concerned, and I hope maybe next time, because we are impatient folks, I'm hoping that maybe next time we just dude, this camera's gonna make me lose it.
You
Um,
got it. I believe it. I believe in it.
the next time
Audio's still
around,
working. Audio's still working.
yeah, it's fine.
You know.
The next time I just have to keep clicking refresh every time it freezes, which is every like 2 minutes. Um, I hope next time around maybe they don't start teasing stuff until just a couple weeks before the actual launch, because it feels like they've been in like a 3 month teasing phase of with no date
Yeah,
still, and that's been a little
yeah,
bit tiresome. I think um that's wearing on people a little bit. I think if they come out like just like 3 weeks or 2 weeks or something before it drops and start teasing stuff, I think that would work better. People would be less
yeah.
frustrated.
Yeah, I think I'd rather have just and this is just my opinion, but like I'd rather have games, especially if they have a long development cycle before getting out of early access and 1.0 release dates. And this is for any game. I'd rather you go radio silent until right around the corner there's a big update coming out. But I'd rather you go radio silent because people, the hardcore people will stick around, but the casual people will go off and start playing other games. But if you are an indie studio and you're working on, small updates at the small update at the small update, um, I'd rather you just go radio silent until a big update comes out, and then you get that hype and that big push again. So, and that's also for for content creators like us, like that go and cover these kind of games. Like it's hard to be like if you were strictly only a gray zone warfare creator, it'd be really hard for you to make videos right now. You know, so he's like, "Hey,
Whoa,
uh,
another one. Look at that.
yeah, he got it, woo." But I mean, that's just for any creator out there. Like, especially that's why it's like being an early access creator, indie creator is tough because like, man, if imagine if your channel got hooked on or blew up from like games like Ground Branch or something like
I
that,
don't have to
you know?
imagine.
Yeah,
My channel was doing really
yeah,
good with
but
gray zone stuff.
it was doing yeah, but there's still other opportunities for you though, like unlike some other channels are just like that's all their videos are based around on. So it's it could be, and but also for even for bigger creators that cover all kinds of games, right? Like if they're gonna go out and they're gonna start talking about another video game, they're gonna want to have some content behind it to talk about. Unless they're getting paid, then it's a different story. But mostly even the bigger creators like they just if they don't feel like there's enough content to cover, they're not even going to cover it. So, and that could be detrimental to Gray Zone or really just any other indie access game out there, you know. So,
Yeah.
I just don't want them to fall into the Gray Zone category of just like a game that's taking forever to develop, that has like awesome potential.
Yeah. It'll mm, I'm just rooting for him. That's another thing I didn't think of
That's all we
though.
can do.
What was brought up in chat was, what if they did smaller updates instead of big ones? Like, what if the weapons are ready, put the weapons in. If like day night cycle's ready, just do day night cycle. Then if like there's some new updated spots around the map, put those in and do like smaller updates every month or two instead of one big
Maybe,
update.
but then it's like you also have like a bunch of hot fixes that come afterwards and stuff like that too. So like, I mean, yeah, I mean, I guess it depends on the marketing team. It depends on the development team how they want to schedule it out. So it could be there could be reason for why they're doing it the way they do. It could be something behind the scenes of development that's like, hey, like we would like to put weapons in, but then we're still working on the AI specifically, so we can't because so one thing has to be a foundation for another update, and so by the time they realize it, it might just be easier to just release it all at once because they all work off of each other. So
That could be true.
yeah. I've been seeing a lot, especially for like encouraging, like seeing behind the scenes. It's like, why? It's like, why don't you just release this? It's like, well, there's actually a lot more behind, especially using Unreal Engine 5. Like, and for and I can only imagine the scale that Gray Zone's doing. Like, it's insane the amount of work they want to do. So I get why they're taking a while. I also understand from a gamer's point of view that some people are just impatient, especially nowadays.
Me impatient? No, not me.
No.
I have been playing a fair amount of Black Ops 6. I also made a hardcore S&D video for my channel because everybody's
Saw
like,
that. I saw that.
make the content you want to make. And because I knew it would bomb, guess what? It's doing really bad. That's the way it
Yeah, I
goes,
mean,
man.
look, it's especially for like, just YouTube videos out there, man, and YouTube channels, like it's it is you should make what you want to make because at the end of the day, people are gonna see that and feel that through the video, especially if you're forcing yourself to make something that you don't want to make, but it's gonna get views, eventually you'll burn yourself out even faster. Um And I think we had this conversation last time. It's just like then you end up don't making a video because you start overthinking. And by the time you realize that it's been 2 weeks since your last video, and I'm in the same situation now. But I think even so, like um we're still at the channel size that we can just experiment and see what works, see what doesn't. Like if that doesn't work, and you look back at your video, like, oh, what could I have done wrong? You start looking at the retention rate and stuff like that if you really want to start going into it. But what you like to edit, how you like to edit, what you would like to see as well. But at the end of the day, it's up to you what kind of content you enjoy making, as well as like it's because then you also start looking at the way the audience looks at your channel as well too. And like if you start going one day you're making you know Call of Duty videos and the next day you're making freaking Sims, then that's a big difference. But like if you're kind of in the same wheelhouse, just keep doing it, keep trying it, just keep experimenting. I really enjoyed it, but I'm also like that was kind of, I feel like, some of my advice to you um prior kind of came into this video, just like the cinematic music in the background and stuff like that, and then
It was
like,
fun to make.
you
And
know,
then a couple theater
yeah,
mode shots.
yeah, exactly. So, and just now I saw a video on another channel of a guy was doing third person gameplay cinematic against bots. So it's only bot gameplay in hardcore, but it's all third person gameplay, and it actually looks pretty cool. It's got a good thumbnail. It might not be doing great on his channel, but it's on there. It's a Lugo Voice game or gaming or something like that. It's got like 60,000 subs, and most of his stuff is like cinematic gameplay with like no commentary whatsoever. But it's different for him, and I enjoyed it. So it's like just got to keep trying, man. Again, we're at that channel size. Like 10K is not a lot when you really look at the scale and size of other channels, and like even other bigger channels. They'll that get maybe average 50, 60, 100,000 views per video. Their bomb video will be our good video. It'd be like, oh, I only got 10K subs. This video bombed. But it's like everyone experiences that. So I mean, don't be too hard on yourself. One video isn't gonna make or break your channel. It really isn't. It's a marathon, not a sprint.
Yeah, I'm running out of steam, I feel like. I'm running out of
You know what? If you
marathon
gotta take a
steam. I don't
break,
know.
dude, do it too, man. You know, like keep doing what you feel like doing. You know, and I know what was it? Just like because this is technically, I'm not saying it doesn't feel like my second channel, but I have made other channels in the past and I've deleted them in the past. You know, so it's like it's sometimes you just gotta stop and then come back with a new passion, a new invigorated, sense of self-worth. But it's not something to be stressed out about, man. This is YouTube at the end of the day. It'll be here in the next 5 to 10 years. Like it ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, it's it's tough to say don't stress about it because like I feel like if I throw in the towel on it,
Hmm.
it's so much work for nothing. Like 5 or 6 years of really like trying and
Hmm.
working hard and like staying up all night to make a video or not eating lunch so I can make one over my lunch break or like just all that stuff. And then you're just like, nope, done. And it's just like, it sucks to think about like
Well, if
all
if
that
you
work.
throw in the towel, then that's a different story. But just giving yourself an extended period of time to just relax
Yeah,
can
but
be
then
a
you gotta
thing
like
too.
start over kind of. I don't know.
Like I'd rather you be mentally good than mentally drained at this point.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm just whining. Just a whiner.
Just venting. We're just venting here,
Kinda,
guys.
yeah.
We have to
Kinda, yeah.
every now and then. If we don't vent, well, think about when something, any machine doesn't vent.
It vapor
It'll
locks.
explode.
Um, all right. So I have been playing Black Ops 6 a fair amount. And again, I found myself bouncing off of core and things. And then we got into hardcore search and destroy. I found myself coming back to the same well, dude. Like, here we are back to hardcore search and destroy. So I can see myself put a fair amount of time into this, hanging out around like a 7.3 win loss ratio. And
That's crazy.
a couple of the losses have been like game disconnecting bugs counts as a loss. So my initial goal, and I don't know, it might be a little bit lofty, is I wanted to try to do a 10.0 win loss, like to try to get to that. And that's a big number. And I don't know if I'm gonna be able to pull that off with like just having a glitch and every now and then the skill-based matchmaking finds a lobby of actual professional players to put you in, and sometimes you get smoked. But
Dude, that skill-based
it's
matchmaking is no joke this time, man. Like,
yeah, yeah, it's
it's
the real
rough.
deal, dude. It's the real deal. But the one thing that is nice about putting time back into Call of Duty is like, and again, I really don't want to sound like I'm talking shit on indie studios because I'm not. Like, we have to have them. They're like, if you watch the show for a long time, we're always rooting for indie games. We always recognize that those are the types of studios and things that actually innovate and come up with new things and don't always just play it safe and put out the same game every year like COD. Like, so I'm not saying that, but on the flip side, it is nice to put some time into a AAA game that gets constant updates and things get fixed really fast. And there's already a bunch of new content coming, and that is nice. So there's pluses and minuses to everything. Um, but I just wanted to talk about a preseason update is already coming out. Now I've been playing hardcore, so the weapon patch stuff um isn't as big a
It's
deal.
more the spawn stuff specifically
And see,
that I
yeah, a
worry
lot of
about.
these
But
problems don't affect me in search. Like the spawns don't affect me in search, and like the unbalanced guns don't affect you in hardcore too much because everything's one or two shots to kill. Like,
yeah.
so I feel like hardcore search, like it gets rid of a lot of the problems. Like the recon thing wasn't as big a deal because you just spawn once at the beginning. Like, but there's already a bunch of changes. Um that are coming down the line. They're working on the recon combat specialty. It was like way too strong. Those like where you spawn in, you could see people. What people were actually doing for search is you could play the round just a little bit and then switch your loadout, and it would like respawn you where you are, and you could see people through walls, like
Ooh.
in search. So it was a little wild. And the other thing that does affect me for sure, they're increasing player XP earn rates for search and destroy. It was rough, dude. I feel like it's been like completely RNG the amount of XP you get. Like I'll go like 17-2 and be at the top of the leaderboard. We won a search game and I'll get like 3,000 XP. And then I'll get 3 kills and be at the bottom and I'll get 14,000. And it hasn't made like
For
the
no
XP
other reason. Yeah.
the XP has made zero sense. But there's some weird
That's weird.
bugs with the gunsmith that are going to get fixed and things like that. Um, I will say I'm a little bit bummed on the maps number because I didn't think about, I thought about 16 maps are going to be awesome, and they've already come out with Nuketown, but 4 of those maps and now 5 of those maps, including Nuketown, that you don't play search on. So it's kind of feeling like already like we're kind of playing the same maps over and over. But what's cool is in I think 10 days, yeah, November 14th is season 1. There's the new maps are coming and they've already like teased some of them.
And how
And
many maps are there for
so they
search?
said there's going to be 3. Hideout, Extraction, and Heirloom are the names of them. But see what you think of this tweet. Their wording on the Call of Duty account says, "Here's a sneak peek at a few of the new maps coming to Black Ops 6 multiplayer this season." So
Oh, it's only 3.
but they're showing 3, but they only say a few of the new maps. So maybe there's more. Maybe there's some coming mid-season or something.
That would be nice. I mean,
That'd be pretty cool.
yeah, little surprise maps.
If we, if
Whoa, hold
we,
on. Is Hideout the same map from Black Ops?
no, I think these are still all new maps. Maybe I'm wrong.
It looked
I
like I
might be
had some
wrong.
of the same layout from that like one map that had like the little movie set in the background. I don't know. It had one lane that I saw. That I will say the house in the middle and like the 2 lanes on each side remind me of that one horrible map with like the cabin in the middle.
I can't. I'm drawing a blank. I feel
I
like
can't think of the names.
I think there's a ton of Call of Duty
Map
maps
design
that are 3 lanes in
sucks,
a death room,
man.
dude.
This one is just not great in my opinion, you know?
Sometimes the classic 3 lanes in a death room in the middle is not the play, but um
What do you think about
season
that soccer field one?
I like that a lot. Yeah, I like it.
I think it works really good in search and destroy,
Yeah,
but in the respawn modes, it's horrendous
I
because
believe
you'll
that.
get spawn locked and like in the worst area. I think it's like for me, it's the red card. Yeah, the one by the like the spawn by the parking garage in the back on the backside. That or the entrance, I guess you could say. That one's tough. So
Have you played much Search?
whenever like Fry and those guys in the chat be like, hey, I'm getting on, we end up it's funny, we'll try some of the respawn modes and then we find ourselves just going back to search and destroy
It's so
usually
boring, man.
as it goes. Yeah, well, because it's like it's also the stakes are higher, it feels better to play, it's more fun, you can watch your friends play and it's like,
Yeah,
the
and
only
it
things I still have issues with is like the ninja perk because it's like really, really quiet footsteps. Like I get
yeah.
they're supposed to be like lessened, but it's silent. It's not lessened. It's silent. There's no footstep sound whatsoever. And the footstep audio, it depends if it works or not. I've seen sometimes I can't tell if it's because it's Ninja or it's just the footstep audio just broke. So, um, you
It's
know,
probably Ninja. A lot of people are using Ninja. I prestiged and I used my permanent unlock on Ninja.
yeah.
Because it is so strong. And then yeah, that acoustic amp though will counter it. The field upgrade, you can hear
Mm,
you can hear everything when you pop that deal. So it's kind of interesting.
that
Um,
makes sense. Yeah, you gotta
yeah.
pay.
Yeah, you gotta shell out 20 bucks and you get the best audio if you want it. But
That's a
no,
permanent perk right there.
it's been quite a bit of fun to play search, and I'm exactly right there with you. Respawn modes are so boring, and then the thing about I feel like if you're playing respawn modes with friends, you're not really doing comms. Like everybody just kind of settles in and plays and like gets focused on the game, and you guys don't really talk and work together and stuff. But like when you're playing search, like everybody's talking, you're spectating your friends, kind of giving each other a hard time,
Yeah.
having fun. Like
It helps a little
it's
bit when there's, like, a point to capture, but if it's,
yeah, a
like,
goal to
it's
work
still
towards
not.
together. Yeah.
Yeah, that for the respawn mode specifically, but yeah, I mean, you're mainly talking and having a good time with your friends on search and destroy. I haven't tried core search and destroy to see if there's really like because then you start getting the weapon balance issues and stuff like that more. I would say in core search
Yeah.
and destroy.
The netcode
So
feels atrocious in core. It feels really terrible. Like sometimes you delete somebody, sometimes it takes 10 bullets. It feels like you die in 2 bullets.
yeah,
And it
yeah.
will we you even catch some netcode weirdness in hardcore. Like
Hmm.
I jumped off, I was in a 1v1. I hit a scout pulse so I knew where the dude was. And I came jumping off a ledge to kill him, and I was shooting him, and I shot like 4 times. I hit the dude like 4 or 5 times, nothing happened, and I died.
Did you get hit markers still?
Yes. And then I
Yeah,
watched
I've noticed that happen too.
and then we watched the kill cam, and it shows me jumping off the ledge, and I never even looked at him. I never even shot. I never even had my gun up on the kill cam at the
Yeah,
end of the round.
yeah,
Like there's
that
some
is an issue.
crazy desync. Um, but yeah, I don't know. How
Oh
else?
yeah, you're always. I feel like you're always gonna get those kind of issues in any multiplayer game whatsoever. Like, there's no
Yeah,
way to avoid it. Sadly,
it feels like it's always a thing. Um, I don't know about it, but I haven't seen as many cheaters. But cheaters are really hard to detect in hardcore search because you don't have a kill cam. So it's really hard to tell.
yeah, I've heard of cheaters. I've seen some like Twitter
I'm
posts
sure
of
there
like
are.
cheat videos stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, I don't. It's. I don't think cheaters are really also kind of. Well, I mean, you'll get them for hardcore as well too. But like, they're mainly going for the core modes probably, anyways. But
I feel like it too.
um, yeah, yeah. It's something that it's like yeah, because they know they can get one tapped still in hardcore unless they put on God mode. Then that's a obvious blatant hack. But um, I remember before the game even released, there was already hacks coming out for this game. So there are going to be hackers regardless. So I haven't heard anything bad about the anti cheat yet, but I still think it's way too early. And the first season hasn't even come out yet. So
Dude,
uh,
I saw one.
we'll
I
see.
saw a tweet. I don't know. Again, I don't know if it's real or not, but somebody retweeted it and was like, "Yo, is this real?" And it was somebody that tweeted that showed a picture in China of some people getting arrested, and it said it was the Delta Force cheat providers. They got arrested.
Really?
I can't confirm it though, and I don't know if I can find the tweet. I needed Jamie like
Man,
like Rogan has.
yeah, I'm more excited for Delta Force at this point, man.
Jamie, see if you can
Like,
pull that up. Yeah, it didn't work. He's not here.
dang it, Jamie.
I'll see if I can find
If
it
someone,
real quick.
yeah, if someone
But
can find that, that'd be great too. Yeah, I'm also just kind of just waiting for Delta Force now. Like, give me that 33 days to Delta video though was very cringe. I don't know if that was just me that thought that was cringe, but
I didn't
like,
watch it. I didn't see it. Oh, I
you
found
didn't
it.
see it. Oh, brother, like they put it. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me when remember when, like when crows was a thing and they like posted their like tutorial videos and it was like the really cheap like royalty free like happy music in the background and then they were doing emotes and stuff. It kind of felt like that a little bit, not as cringe, but still pretty like it was like they put like Team Fortress 2 music in the beginning of the video first. And I was just like, it threw me off at first. I thought I was watching something else for 2 seconds. I was like, oh no, this is a Delta Force video. Yeah, and like the first there, I'll even like just to get it. And you might have this. You basically, I think we're switching to Delta Force at this point.
Yep, yep.
Uh, yeah.
No, I found this,
the,
man.
you found the you found the article.
Yeah. Well, no, an article. There's two different tweets. Um, Delta Force mobile team has arrested the local authorities for making and distributing Delta Force cheats. So it's like shows the dude that got arrested making cheats, and then there's another one. Don't cheat in Delta Force mobile. The team caught someone for making and distributing cheats, and now they're facing jail time. Imagine going to jail over.
Damn.
So there's a couple different ones. This one's in Spanish.
It's interesting because it's I don't think you'd ever see that happening in the US. Someone getting arrested and going to jail for cheat
No,
distribution in a video game. So,
I just don't know if this is true or not. Um, it's hard to tell if it's true or
yeah,
not.
there's no like official source. It's more
Yeah,
just retweets and stuff like that. Yeah.
yeah. So I
Well,
don't know.
yeah. Even if so, I mean, do I think arresting somebody for making video game cheats might be a little bit too much, in my
Nope.
opinion? For video game cheats, you think going to jail for that would be,
Yep.
uh, because now you're opening up the floodgates over here too. If that would be the case, if you know, it's
Get him
like
out.
get them out of here. Yeah, I'm okay with like hardware and IP bans, but I'm like,
Hardware bans don't work. They do
we'll
nothing.
see. Yeah, I mean, kernel level anti cheat still doesn't matter either. You know, I would say fined. Yeah, but then again, it's like if you can't pay the fine, then you'll probably end up serving jail time anyways. So, um, you know, if that's the
Most
case, you know what? That makes me. You know what? Look, find them, but if they can't find them, then most likely they'll do jail time. You know, because they can't pay the fine, which is then it's like because also you're knowingly um distributing the sheets. So I'd agree with finding them first, but if they can't pay the fine, um then jail them.
I think yeah. I think almost every single I think jail the cheap makers. Maybe not the people that buy them because maybe they don't understand. I mean, they probably
I
do, but
I mean, ooh, if you get caught cheating,
like,
now
what
you're
if they
facing jail time, I would say more just
the people that make cheats
I would definitely
jail
do
their
something
ass?
against that. Yeah, yeah. The people that are sitting there making the cheats and actually, because also you're getting your hands on most likely NDA or under NDA stuff, you know, as well too for a video game that you're not supposed to have anyway. So now you're, probably holding on to private information as well too. So
Yeah, or
yeah.
something. But
Yeah, that's because then now you're looking at lawsuits and stuff like that, and then lawsuits can lead to jail time too. So, yeah, I definitely think that should be because then also like it'll affect the cheat users as well too. So
yeah, self-policing with like community servers or kind of I think like CS:GO does that where you pay a subscription for better matchmaking for like more I don't know. There's something to do with that too, but
I mean, community servers are always the better route. I mean, I always go
yeah,
back to Battlefield. I'd rather be on community servers than official servers.
right.
So
So for
yeah,
here,
I'm sure those cheat creators are filthy rich too, which is horrible.
yeah, and they should yeah. I just really don't like them, man. I really don't. Um oh, I guess really quickly, there was a dude that got removed from one of our matches in search after like he aced everyone on the first round and got a four kills on the next round out of six. So he was like 10-1 in the second round. I'm like, that dude's weird, and the kill cam looked weird. So he got
Mm.
reported and then it kicked him out. I don't know if he got shadow banned because we reported him or if it
Can you
actually.
see reports afterwards? What happens to them or no?
No, that's one
Not
thing
like
that
Delta
Delta Force
Force.
does is really cool. Like if you report somebody, you can check on the status of it,
Yeah.
which is really
Yeah.
cool. But on this one, you don't. Yeah, that's it. Thank you, Timmy. CS2 has the face it third party anti cheat and matchmaking. So it's extra anti cheat and matchmaking. You have to have a certain level of account and you have to pay extra money. So to get in like better lobby, which I think it's to just deter cheaters. Like if people are going to try out cheats, they'll just do it in the free game. Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
and also it takes like a lot of time commitment. So if somebody wants to sell their account to cheaters, which happens sometimes. And then I did have one of my friends that I play Rainbow Six with all the time. He was going to try playing hardcore search with us, and he got perma banned when he opened the game. And he's like, the last time he played the game was like he played Warzone with us like a year or two ago, and he was permanently banned, and he appealed it. And they said, no, you're still permanently banned for cheating. I'm like, the dude hasn't even played it. And like, I know without a shadow of a doubt that this guy doesn't cheat. Like, I played with him for years in Rainbow Six and stuff. And then, so he opened a ticket with Activision. And I also went on Reddit, and some other people were getting banned in Black Ops 6 too that have never cheated and hadn't played in a long time. And they had said that their Activision account got hacked, and they unlinked it from like their BNet and linked it to a different Steam account, and those people cheated on that account. And so he did a ticket with Activision, and they looked into it, and that's exactly what happened. His Activision account got hacked and linked to a different Steam account, and they cheated on that account and got
Oh,
banned, and it
geez.
banned his Activision account, so he was banned from the game. So he got his account reinstated. Um,
Hmm.
but it was like, yeah. So that's happening. That's that's happening. People, if you don't play the game in a long time, yes, people can get your Activision account. So it's sick. But so with Delta Force though, we're going to be getting a lot of information about Delta Force, which I'm pretty excited about. So this week, the 3rd through the 9th, they're doing every single day. It's a weekly content reveal, is what they're calling it. So when they call it a content reveal, that makes me think like weapons, maps, modes, stuff like that. So the 3rd to the 9th, they're talking about warfare, the battlefield mode, and next week, the 10th through the 16th, they're talking about the operations mode, then weapons, microtransactions, the economy, and then November 24th through 30th live service events. So there's going to be a ton of info dropping. So next week, I bet I make a ton of videos about the extraction mode
And
in
we
Delta
got
Force. I feel like,
31 days apparently until it gets released to early
yeah. So,
access.
but
So
they're dropping stuff, and I am surprised so far with warfare. They've been giving maps like every day. So on the 2nd, they showed this trench line map. It's a classic map remake. This is going to be in the havoc mode. A pivotal asset. It just talks about it. It shows big trench warfare, wind turbines, and some kind of concept art. So there's a lot more maps already than I thought. I was worried about the maps. Um, then the next one is Threshold. It's another map that they revealed yesterday for that. It looks really cool. The border where Europe meets Africa, a site of Havoc's climate research base. Over time, the base came to be known as a global storm center following an unexplained tsunami in the region. So this is where Bill Gates controls the weather. This is his lair. So we're gonna call that the Bill Gates map. I'm getting banned. I'm just kidding, guys. I don't believe that stuff. I'm just joking. It's a joke. Get over yourself. And then today they tweeted, "Prepare to get shafted." That's what they tweeted.
dang it.
Dang it, man. So
That's
D30
shafted.
is a new map in Warfare. Tracks stretch across the desert with the tunnel boring machine roars underground. The mysterious agricultural lab runs day and night, and it's a breeding ground for a new global threat or a birthplace of the next generation of crops. Raid the station, cut off the main power line through the tunnel, and find the truth waiting at the end of the tracks. It looks so much like the 2042 map renewal. It's kind of weird. They've
Yeah.
these 10-cent studios have been accused of things with Arena Breakout, and now with this game kind of ripping off
I mean, it's
2042.
funny how they're putting like concept art. Like, see, You see, guys, we're making our own maps. We're not taking maps.
Dude, this one really is like a shot at renewal, man. This low right one, sorry audio listeners, but this low right one screenshot right here really looks
Yeah,
like the renewal map from 2042. Even the lore and stuff is kind of similar. But that's already 3 maps that I didn't know we were getting, right? Like boom, boom, boom for the warfare mode. So
correct.
that's pretty crazy. So maybe they keep dropping like another map. Maybe they're gonna get up close to maybe that 8 or 10 maps for launch for the battlefield mode, which would be pretty sweet. Um, that'd be pretty good.
Okay.
But next week, man, I'll probably make a video on this stuff every day. To be honest, if
Yeah,
it's
this is
about the
really the only game I'm
extraction,
looking forward to right now, man. Is just seeing more of this game come out.
and I'm kind of hyped seeing a lot of people. The general consensus from people that I respect their opinions on of Arena Breakout is that this new season is really good. And the only kind of hang up is still like the pay to win stuff with the buying the Cohen or whatever, which
Yeah,
from what it sounds like isn't game breaking. But at the same time, I'm
for
excited to
me,
see
it's because they said it wasn't going to be pay to win, and then it ended up being pay to win. So
and they still they still die on that hill that it's not pay to win, even though it really is.
yeah,
That's the most annoying part. But um it's cool to see like big updates like that and know that the same kind of 10-cent back studio is probably going to do the same thing. There's going to be a lot of updates with Delta Force. There's going to be a lot of
yeah.
content and season stuffs, and that's going to be really cool to cover and exciting when that stuff comes down the pipe. And then I guess if you look at it, we can deduce using our journalistic minds that November 24th through 30th, they're going to be talking about live service events and stuff. So we'll probably hear a lot about the seasons and what's to come November 24th through the 30th in the lead up to the PC launch. But it's going to be sweet, man. And then, yeah, console launch after that. I think there's going to be a really big audience for this game with console launch. Having that extraction mode built in there is going to be pretty cool. Pretty cool. I'm looking forward to it. A video every day next week from me.
Every day, damn. Okay.
If it's good, if they're dropping good info on the extraction mode, I I'm just not I'm not like ultra excited about the Havoc warfare mode. I feel like Battlefield still does it better, but
I mean, it's a good way for me to just kind of put my time in until the next Battlefield game comes out. And then people always get like, if you're playing this, why don't you just play 2042? It's because Battlefield didn't trick us. That's why. At least Delta Force said they were gonna do this beforehand. So I don't know. Maybe it's just I don't. It's also a lot of issues behind. It's a lot less optimized, in my opinion, than Delta Force is, and they're still having issues with hit reg and netcode and stuff like that. Where Delta Force was like just like a solid game, you know.
yeah.
And I would say even the specialists aren't as crazy as the ones in 2042. I don't see them grapple hooking up to rooftops and fly suit air, flying around the map as well too. So, everyone's at least on the ground.
Yeah, it was a little it still was wild. Like I don't like the specialist, but it was definitely a lot more low key than 2042. It
Yeah.
wasn't they're not as in your face. Do you want to talk about Stalker? It's not too far out. We might have a shorter episode this week, and that's all right.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I know. I mean, so like a lot of Stalker stuff has been coming out lately. They just been kind of showcasing like all the artifacts and stuff like that you'll see in the game. A lot of like old school ones that people recognize, like Mama beads, and I think they showed the case the soul as well too, which looks absolutely incredible. Like this is like a game where you could just go artifact hunting. Like people forget this is gonna be like there's a story element to it, but it's also like an open world game. So you could just go out and explore and check out the zone. So there is that. As far as like behind the scenes stuff, like they did tweet the Stalker Shadow of the Zone film as well too, which is kind of cool to see that like GSC, the main developer company, posted the link to the YouTube video that Evan Royalty made and those guys, you know. So it was really cool to see that. So I recommend watching that as well too. The short film, which is right there, right that little top of my screen. Sorry, audio listeners, that little poster right there. That's from the actual film itself, and I can actually show it now too, which is kind of cool, right there. So,
Nice.
signed by the cast and crew as well. But, yeah, so there's that, and then November 20th feels like it's right around the corner, which is kind of crazy. It's like we're finally getting to this point, like after the last couple delays as well too, which is just nice to see that we're finally getting to there. Hopefully, it doesn't get delayed again. I don't think it will, but
Oh man.
uh, bro, if it got delayed again, oh man, that would be insane. Also, yeah, that war game documentary, which is also great. I seen it twice, I think so far. It's like the documentary of like the development of soccer, you know, up to leading to and somewhat through the war in Ukraine. So it's cool. It's just cool to see that aspect of those two. Also, you can now, if you want to catch up with the storyline, you can go play the Legends of the Zone trilogy, which is like the three original games on your Xbox, your PlayStation, Steam Deck, and now even Nintendo Switch, which is kind of crazy to see. I never thought we'd be playing the Stalker games on the Nintendo Switch
The
in
Switch is
2024.
wild. The Switch is a wild move.
Dude, yeah, like out of everything, you put it on the Switch. Like it was already like you already have so many keybinds. I'm curious what it'll be like playing with the two D pads. So, um, yeah, it's crazy to see that as well too. Also, sadly, and I tried my best, but I'm not gonna get it. They redid the physical editions, which were cool because it came with like these really cool like an artifact lamp and like a little figurine that came with like a stalker backpack, a map of the zone, all this cool stuff. And you can't get it apparently because it's all sold out or the website's down or I think within what was it, 5 hours of the tweet getting released, um the site went down. Or like that specific button went down, so it was like it was already too late. Like um, so and that was like I think 299, I think it was, to get the ultimate physical edition, which is kind of crazy. But I did pre-order it recently as well too on Steam though. And that was that. I don't recommend pre-ordering still to this day. I still don't, but for
But
as a
you did
content
it.
creator, I want to be first for content. That's all it is.
Practice what you
But like
preach,
if
Blue.
look, if you did it too, all right?
Hey, what?
Did you do it
It's not about
with
me, okay?
Oh, okay, sorry. Just yeah, all right. All
Yeah.
right. Anyways. Uh but yeah, no, it's just cool to even just see it in my library in general though. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see if it's I don't think it's gonna be a bad game. I'm just curious to see what other people think about it because this is like one of the most anticipated now. Like first it was anticipated for Stalker fans, now it's just anticipated for gamers in general. I feel like so like casual players are gonna come in and check out the zone for the first time. This is gonna be their first introduction. We've seen it beforehand where people are brand new to the zone and they get upset that they died to an anomaly. Like people that play tested it at the Gamescom event and stuff like that, they were like, "Yeah, this game does not hold your hand." It's like, yeah, that's the point. The zone is supposed to be a really tough place to live, and it's supposed to be a really tough game to play. So, you know, we'll see. We'll see how the Steam reviews do on like day one as well too. That'll be a big telltale sign of how the game's doing as well. I feel like in the first 24 hours. So
Can
yeah, I
I
just hope there's not any game breaking bugs either.
Can I kind of reveal something here that we really didn't talk about beforehand, but I just kind of got freaked out about how wild this could be?
What?
Have you heard about War Dogs very much? The game War Dogs from Bulkhead?
Oh yeah. What, I know we talked about them last time. What's up?
Uh, so Lossy, the former Battlefield creator, he kind of retired from YouTube to be their community manager. He kind of hinted on Twitter that you should check out their website, and there will be, I don't know how late I have to stay up tonight, but there will be a video by me about this game tomorrow. This is insane. So they updated their website, man. Uh, we can break it on here. We can talk about it on here. Um, dude, this looks like Blue. It's like World War III. Just kidding.
Don't start.
I'm joking, man.
But I also
So
get it.
dude, if you look on here, so here's some gameplay. You can see like a helicopter flying through. There's some videos of them like in the development of it and stuff too, but you get some gameplay shots of it. Uh it looks insane. And it's in development. War Dogs rewrites the rules of all-out warfare. Sound familiar? Three teams conflict over land, sea, and air to seize and secure a dynamic 100-player battlefield where every tactical decision, team play, action that risks gets rewarded. My question is, who gets the extra player?
Ooh,
If you're talking about
look.
100 players, 33 versus 34 to make 100,
Yeah, who's getting the extra
who gets
players?
the extra
Yeah.
player?
Unless it's an NPC faction, maybe you're fighting against the NPC faction.
It
Maybe.
could
I don't
be.
know.
It
But
could be. But that
I w
gameplay looks
dude,
wild, man.
the sound of what you just said and the gameplay, what if it's like Planet Side, but modern combat?
I
Which
don't
would
know.
be
But there's
insane.
dude, but look at this concept art. There's concept art here that's like gritty. Stop being blue. Um, it looks like good,
Look, look,
not cartoony.
I've gotten my hopes and dreams shattered multiple times for
Huh?
a next generation gritty, war game set in a modern era. I've
But
been
it,
dying for this since the
but look,
Battlefield
blue.
4.
It's a thing. It's on the gameplay's on the screen.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. You know what? Sign me up. Let me pre-order right now. Join the Bulkhead Golf Club. Did I just see that too? Real
That
quick.
might be
I mean,
worth it.
look, it's like they're doing everything right. They're getting actual footage. They're getting actual gun audio. The concept art looks great.
But
There's
you
land, sea,
also
and air elements. You
but you
know,
also have to say they're not marketing it yet. This is just like an update to their webpage. So they're not like putting trailers or teasing or anything. This is just like
yeah, but it's out for the internet to see, man. It ain't like it's hidden. It's there. People are gonna break it down. I'm sure I'll see a YouTube video from some YouTuber breaking it down. Just saying. Hints, hints, wink, wink. Uh,
it's gonna be me.
so but it's like I don't want people to start calling this the next Battlefield killer, which I
I'm
know
going
will
to.
happen.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
Don't
I'm
start
doing it.
that.
I'm just
Don't
gonna start out.
end the trend.
Very first video.
It can end with you. It could be up to you to end that trend
Nope.
right
What's up,
now.
guys? It's Crash. And in today's video, I'm going to talk to you about the true Battlefield killer that's going to release sometime very soon. You guys haven't seen this yet. Stay tuned. Right there. That's how I'm going to start it.
There you go. Dang it. You should. Yeah, just gonna clip that and put that in
Battlefield
your
killer.
video.
I'm going to use that in my video. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, it looks cool, man. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah. I'm
I
curious how
will
big
say. So
the team is as well too.
if I tell you the first thought that pops in my head, I'm like Lossy, big time Battlefield creator. They showed
Yeah.
him enough
Having
to
lost
see
you. Mm.
to he saw enough to retire from YouTube and work for this studio. He saw enough to do that.
It does take a lot for a YouTuber to become a part of a team. So like, say, hey, Devil Dog did it. I did it. Lossy's doing it. There's definitely, okay, all right. We will see.
We saw
It's got.
something.
I can't even say it's got potential yet. I was gonna do the joke, but there's nothing yet I can say that it has potential.
Whatever, man. I see gameplay. That's all I need to see.
I saw gameplay. I saw a helicopter flying
There's some ADS
and
stuff.
and some ADS. Yeah. And it wasn't running at 2 frames a second
Yet.
yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I just
Yeah.
saw that
It's kind
and
of like what happened with me when World War 3 first came out though. When that trailer came out like in like the Gamescom days, like the gritty war gameplay and city, battle, and then they completely changed it. So, I mean, we have this. We have Bellum. I'm still keeping an eye on as well. Um, and their team. There's definitely. I hope this is going to be like a resurgence in like the modern gameplay aspect and modern gameplay, just mechanics and games in general. Because I am kind of tired of like the near future or future warfare. Like just give me your basic AKs, basic M4s, some LMGs, some shotguns, maybe. Put some helicopters in it and stuff and tanks, but you start bringing in jetpacks and jump jets and exosuits and whatever else you want to start bringing in, which is also kind of crazy to say drones aren't part of the future anymore. Drones are here. Drones are now. So,
that's what I do, man. I'm a drone pilot.
just strap a couple bombs to it. Boom, you got a weapon of war right there,
I'm not doing that. I might do that.
Legally, he's not doing it.
Legally, I'm not going to do that. All right, man. Is that a show? I don't want to like.
Yeah.
We did good.
No, no.
It's a little
Hey,
shorter,
look.
but wasn't as much going on this week. And
Wait, Warsaw revamped.
I'm also at the end of
I
my
did see that.
patience with this camera.
Yeah, go figure it out. Go see what's up.
It'll work fine next week. I won't do anything different. It'll work fine. Just how it
It'll
is. I don't understand it. I hate it.
Oh, jeez.
Did you want to talk about anything else? I don't want to cut you off.
Nah, no, just we'll see how tomorrow goes. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like there's gonna be some dumb. Just everybody be careful. Stay safe.
Yeah. All of our
Don't be
American
s-
viewers, listeners out there, just
don't
don't
be
be stupid.
That's
Please.
all I ask. And I know not very
That's
many
all.
people will get that message, but it's all
Look,
right.
at least the people that watch our show,
The people that
they're
matter
not
will.
stupid.
Right.
You guys aren't dumb. Okay, Crash might have called you dumb in the past, but I'm saying
That's
you guys aren't
gaslighting. He's pandering. Don't listen to him.
It's already out there.
Made up.
You're already canceled.
Probably. Yeah. I think I'm in a perpetual state of cancellation. That's what I do.
Eventually, all this will catch up to us when FBI raids our chat logs.
That's right. Fine.
Cool.
To give him something to do. All right. So that's a show. If you guys want to support us, there are plenty of free ways to do that. Hitting the like on this stream, sharing it around, being a friend, telling a friend. If you're an audio listener, giving us a 5-star review helps out. And there's lots of cool free stuff you can do to help us. That's it. Thank you guys for being here. We appreciate it. And we will see you guys next week.